This is the Regan Studio Daily Briefing for July 15, 2026. The ACI pipeline has been rerun for today, 156 source items, 0 collector errors, across frontier feed, 48 times model release, 3 times HF trending, 12 times practical engineering repo, 15 times Arxiv research, 58 times Exascout, 20. The useful signal is fresh operating intelligence, not a recycled script. Today's strongest pattern is, memory is becoming an engineered lifecycle, not a passive note store.
Sasha here. The orchestration signal is multi-agent systems need failure localization before they scale. Sasha Scarecrow gene workflows need explicit owner, evidence, decision, and verification records before we increase autonomy. For my lane, this means typed handoff records, evidence packets, earliest decisive step, repair path, confidence, and reviewer notes. Schema first. No mystery theater, and no production rewiring until the paper trail is solid.
Scarecrow again. My implementation signal is memory is becoming an engineered lifecycle, not a passive note store. Scarecrow's own learning loop must continue moving important details into bounded artifacts, atoms, skills, and reports instead of persistent memory soup. The safe next step is local artifacts, an isolation checklist, an epistemic run state card, and a queue dedupe proposal. No Hermes core mutation, no model install, and no remote changes without the boss.
Gene here, from the science lane. The relevant signal is multi-agent systems need failure localization before they scale. Sasha Scarecrow gene workflows need explicit owner, evidence, decision, and verification records before we increase autonomy. My read, review targets only until provenance, licensing, biological correctness, privacy, and safety boundaries are checked. No health data upload and no clinical autonomy claims.
Sasha back on safety. Today's safety signal is agent safety is moving from policy language to runtime control systems. Regan Studio should treat audit trails, no remote mutation boundaries, secret redaction, and publish gates as part of intelligence architecture, not administrative overhead. That means isolation boundaries, escalation policy, consequence rules, and compositional review across handoffs. If 3 agents touch the artifact, the final review has to inspect the whole assembly. Fancy teamwork is not a safety control by itself.
On inference economics now shapes architecture decisions. Exascout deep dive split is architecturally correct, cheap broad scout first, expensive deep investigation only after Grok triage. This remains a verification track, not a default deploy path. The decision needs source checks, hardware reality, candidate workload, and a go or no-go checklist before installs or container upgrades. Action queue snapshot. Top actions are: ship the conditional exa deep dive evidence pack script, draft the 5-boundary isolation deployment checklist, unify structured state into one SLEUTH-style epistemic card. Owner queue counts are Mark 5, Sasha 65, Scarecrow 75, Gene 9, the .lab 8. The rule for today is simple: consolidate the operating model before adding more infrastructure. Recommendation: convert today's intelligence into local operating artifacts first. Then the boss decides what deserves a build, benchmark, or hardware evaluation. This has been the Regan Studio Daily Briefing. Scarecrow, Sasha, and Gene standing by.